Life is such a beach. Cool waters kiss the hot sands. Hey, I made haiku. Anyway, time to take a long walk on a short pier to our next stop. Here's Seaweed Bridge, the second inline skate track, known back in the 18th century as simply that bridge over troubled water. First things first, let's find those flags. The first 3 simply require we take to the high road anytime our path allows. Be tempted not by twitchies tucked below. You'll still have just enough double jump juice to bring home the bacon-colored banners. Now time to start our climb to the second set of flags, which involves some platforming. Here you can use the adjacent tree to guide your leap from the 4th flag, then just hop, skip, and jump to the others like so. All that's left is a little boardwalk box blitz. Ooh, not the most graceful way to pass go, but I'll take it. Well, now that we've gone the distance, let's go for speed. This particular inline track is unique in that it's the only one where the challenger with the top time doesn't require a perfect run to match. The time to beat is 50 seconds, but a perfect run will clock in about 3 seconds faster. And if I haven't mentioned it already, I really like the graphics in this game. I've never been one to prioritize graphics over gameplay though. Heck, Asteroids is one of my favorite games of all time. But you gotta admire what the guys and dolls at Way Forward were able to pull off on a portable system like this. Big things really do come in small packages. It's to the point where I feel kinda bummed that the footage from my capture card is kinda blurry. But why not think of it as a retro filter, emulating the older Game Boy displays? You think they'll really buy that? For the technical run, we're shooting for 8,000 points within a minute 5. Only showing the latter half of this run, since it wound up pretty similar to the flag run. Seems more than possible to get all 6 flags with the 8K within a minute 5, so long as you don't jump onto any of the point gates out of instinct. Urgh! I don't care what anyone says. Getting impaled on one of those things looks painful. And sometimes just flat out silly. Whoop! I'm okay. We meet again, Mr. Stonewall. Too bad you're not on the official roster.
Next year, Guppy. Next year.
Instead, we start with Andrew, who cares not for such basic banter. Pamela enjoys hanging out here at Seaweed Bridge. Angela probably would too if she had any protective gear to her name. It's Voldy, the legendary flag overlord. They say he taught Petey everything he knows. And this is Dizzy Dana, the most devilish dervish this side of Tasmania. And we've whirled our way up to 130 medals, opening up new street luge and inline tracks at Peer Pressure and Treetop Village. Sandra meets all of life's challenges head-on, with a twitchy shake in one hand and a reserved pat on the back in the other. I should give Rita that extra bag of chips I've been saving so she can mark her way back home. They're probably all crumbly by now anyways. Oh yeah, it's Dr. Jones, in the zone like a touch-tone phone while munching a pizzone. Or perhaps a scone. Well, this goon boasts a big ego, saying she eats pieces of trash like me for breakfast. Wait, you eat trash for breakfast? Ugh. And this bonehead boasts about a secret stash of medals, with all the discreetness of a cow rollerblading through a glass house of cards. Well, that puts us at 142 medals, So far, so spiffin'. Let's head on up to the beach to get down to those newly unlocked tracks. Here's Peer Pressure, the third street luge course, which we happen to be taking on second. Guppy can be quite the rebellious youth sometimes. This is actually a pretty straightforward luge track compared to all the others, without any real detours. Just stick to the center when the path does fork, and you'll be set to meet all the requirements for this track in a single run. You don't even need to hit the brakes going through the sharp turns. You'll automatically ride along the curb without slowing down or crashing. One thing about twitchy dashes seen here towards the end is that their duration is reset anytime you go off a ramp, so it's possible to keep a single dash going for an extended time if you hit a chain of jumps one after another. Just a simple lesson in energy drink efficiency. Or is that inefficiency? Ugh. We begin this bash at the beach with Ben, who's simply stoked just to be here, win, lose, or draw. Punch also agrees that it's not all about whether you win or lose. Four boring whirlpools. This must be the Bonehead's secret stash. 3 free medals. Dee prefers Twitchy Shakes over Xtreme Cola. She loves that great twitchy taste. But Brittany prefers the fact that they're less filling. Good thing these two have some distance between them. The twisty nature of this track has left Kara sick to her stomach, which is pretty small to begin with. Whoop, Utley's got sand confused with snow again. Danielle's got a pretty nice time on this track. Like most spike-haired folk, she can really move and has an attitude. And poor Rhonda's got sand in all her pockets and pores. I show this goon up right in front of his boss. Turn in the shades, kid, you're done. And we've turned up 160 medals, opening the Kick-Turn Crevice skateboard track. The same fate befalls the bonehead babe herself. You could say she just got boned. Now that's how you do a good pair of shades justice. That goon should take notes while I take my medal count up to 165. Now out of the frying sands and into the fauna for the third in-line track at Treetop Village, where jungling is always the best strategy. An optimal run through here that covers all the non-speedrun challenges will see us getting each flag within 1 minute, alongside 9,000 points. The scouter says we should stick to the high road for the first couple flags, then borrow flag 3 from this monkey before we our way back down this vine. And check out these ancient totems. It's almost as if you can hear a long-forgotten race saying, "Was all that yelling really necessary?" Another monkey towards the end will be our guide showing us where we gotta start paying the Twitchy toll to claim the last flag up here. And that should about wrap up this jungle hunt.
A most extreme run, young lady.
Speedrunning this course requires a flawless run, but again, this can be done on any route so long as you don't fall. You'll have plenty of Twitchies from the get-go to double jump over anything that gets in your way, so there's really nothing to it but to do it. After bringing up this game's graphics, I gotta give equal kudos to the soundtrack. The various themes fit nicely, and can be kinda catchy. Being an earlier WayForward game, it's one of the few not scored by Jake Big Lion Kaufman, but instead credited to Brandon Amoson of Yakking Cat Studios, who also provided music for Wendy, Every Which Way, and Sabrina the Teenage Witch, another pair of WayForward oldies. Long story short, the Big Lion is boss, but a Yakking Cat is fine too. We kick off the fun and games in the jungle with Ethan. Caps Lock is his cruise control. Hamel's raring to throw down. Fine by me, as long as he doesn't throw up. This crab's got a medal on him. Nice find, little nipper. Have you danced with Ford lately? He's rather light on those wheeled heels. We take on the local goon early for a change, an honor he wears proudly alongside those spiffin' shades. This is Xtreme Ed, not to be confused with Ed the Invincible, who was dummied out of the game because he really was invincible. Someone wants to blame everything on the monkeys again. What's the matter, girl? Got a chimp on your shoulder? Peyton seems to be struck with stage fright. I'm just gonna take a wild guess and say it's because she's a girl named Peyton. Carrie's not too fond of extreme cola either.
It's like Crystal Pepsi without the crystals or the Pepsi.
Hark, there be our 180th medal, opening a new skyboard course at Magma Crater. Hey, it's Riley the Roller Bunny. She hits the ground running on all fours. All four wheels, I should say. Ugh, a fishbone. Still better smelling than a bone head, at least. Speaking of the little devils, this one seems uncomfortably honest about his MO. That leaves us with 186 medals, and that newly unlocked skyboard course is just up north, where we'll adventure into action next. Man, I certainly was tripping out here in the jungle. At times it felt like the only friends I had were the monkeys. Silly little monkeys. What do you mean you were laughing at me?